It was one of your TikToks that said religion, politics, and race are used to categorize us and separate us.
Yeah.
My question is, do you believe in God, comma, do you believe in life after death? And I think you mentioned reincarnation.
So there was a time where I did. I believe in a creator. I would say that. I
Mm,
believe that we weren't just spawned here. You know, we were created by something higher. So I do
mm,
believe that. I don't necessarily. I'm not a Christian anymore. I used to be um, in a Christian household, stuff like that. So Bible reading every day, but
yeah.
it just wasn't for me. I felt like I wanted to find my own, my own path and everything, and I felt like Christianity was kind of keeping me trapped in a way. So definitely believe in a creator. Definitely, gee, I can't talk. Reincarnation. I don't think we just go. I don't believe in the hell or heaven thing that much. I
Hmm.
believe kind of like a mindset. I think that because what we watch, we believe certain things
Hmm.
based on what we're programmed to believe. Because we truly don't know anything. We don't know what happens when we die. So,
Hmm.
you know, people could have dreams and what's those things called when they're about to die? Like
Like visions or something.
something like that. Um, but yeah, definitely believe in reincarnation, not heaven or hell type of thing.
Interesting. Do you think you were in a past life and then you've been reincarnated into your current one?
Definitely. I've had my own theories based off like some markings on me and
Mm,
dreams I've had. Um, Definitely believe I don't know exactly who I was, but I believe I know how I died.
wow.
So that's it's scary, but I believe it's true. I just don't know why.
Are those markings, are you referring to birthmarks?
Yeah, birthmarks. I have kind of like a mole, kind of, I guess you
Mm,
could call it. And I looked into it and it was like, um, if you have a certain thing, it might signify that you may have been shot. So, and then I saw the dream that I had. I've had multiple dreams like it to where I was shot by this specific person. And it's not saying like it could be that specific person, but it's an act that could have happened. So,
I feel you. So, in regards to reincarnation, I don't know too much about it, but obviously, it's kind of commonly conjoined with karma as far as if you're rude to animals in this life, then your next life you might come back as some chicken wings, and you might take a L on somebody's plate, for forevermore. That you could reincarnate as some bacon and what have you. But do you believe in karma as it relates to reincarnation?
I believe there could be. I haven't really thought much about it relating to reincarnation, but karma
Mm-hmm.
in general, I do believe in that. Like I definitely do. Um I've had my fair share of that and I've seen other people have their fair share of that, so definitely.
Okay. So the question I was kind of leading up to with all those kind of short little follow up questions, how do you tell right from wrong in relation to reincarnation or karma? And of course, starting with like the deist question is, you believe in a spiritual being or an all powerful being that created everything or that controls us, as it were. But the one thing that worries me is that, let's say there is a God, because I believe in God, but
Mhm.
I feel like there has to be a religion attached to it, because if there's a God, we have to find out what he wants or what she wants. There's many streams of thought in regards to that person, that being. But in regards to right from wrong, I always argue that God authorizes what's right and wrong. Because if I say it's okay to turn the light on and you say it's okay to turn the light off, which one of us is right? And ultimately, we're going to be on two sides of a coin, never making any progress until someone breaks the tie. And it can't be another human, because we just fall into two categories. So I always argue that God breaks the tie. And, there's many streams of thought of what kind of God that is. But I would pose to you, in light of and with respect to reincarnation, with respect to karma, with respect to the afterlife, as it were, how do you tell right from wrong in your day to day life?
That is a really good question. It would also make sense having to do with, God being able to tell like right from wrong based off of
Mm-hmm.
religion and stuff like that. So that would definitely make sense. For me, I view it as how I make other people feel. So if
Mm-hmm.
I make some it's like I have my own intuition, I have my own thoughts about something. If I feel like somebody was hurt negatively by me, I'll like look into it and see, okay, was I wrong in this situation or was I right? stuff like
Hmm.
that. Or I'll try to come to an agreement to where maybe we both were wrong, maybe we both were right. It doesn't matter. It's just, can we come to a solution? But um definitely a good thought-provoking question right there. Um I don't even know.
It's something that I came to as far as there's four basic questions that I paused at, and we'll get off this in a second. But morality is such an interesting dilemma, especially in today's world where we're arguing, abortion rights versus pro-life, all these different false dichotomies, assuming
Mhm.
that there's only two answers. And I'm like, well, what if there's a third answer? But we find ourselves typically on one side of the aisle, Republican or Democrat, pro-gun, get rid of the guns. And I'm like, who's gonna break these ties, bro? We have,
Mhm.
the Senate's not making any progress, House of Representatives not making any progress, the Supreme Court is making decisions that it's gonna, split the country in half. So ultimately, there has to be somebody that breaks these ties, especially in regards to morality. Is it okay to kill? Oh, well, what about war? What about abortion? What about self-defense? Okay, well, it is okay to kill. I'm like, we keep flip-flopping. So it's definitely interesting,
Mhm.
something to think about. And yeah, it tends to kind of put people, you got to pick a side ultimately. And a
Mhm.
lot of people end up, you get stuck because if you pick something, there's major consequences attached to those belief systems. So if I think
Mhm.
it's okay to kill, that means Hitler, he had a good excuse
Mhm.
because Ray said it was okay. So that means all killing's okay. And of course, oh, it depends and it's nuanced. That might be so, but ultimately, I think a lot of things can be binary and a lot simpler than we've made them out to be.